live edition of I'm Just Saying. Yeah, man. So we want to answer everybody's questions about the waiver wire, who they should pick up. One guy, one of my friends, he was talking to me and he was like, "Yo, man, it's slim pickings for the waiver wire, bro." He's like, "I don't know who to get." You know what I mean? And I was like, "You know what? I want to help you guys out. I want to help you out, brother." So you asked the question, man. I'm on live. I want to help you out. I want to answer all your questions right now. So I got Davey Football's with me. This man knows fantasy, guys.
Yo, I'm in here. What's up?
That's right. Let him know who you are, man.
Yo, at Davey Football is the fantasy football guru. That's a name that was given to me. It's not one I made up for myself.
No.
Multiple championships, multiple leagues, dynasty, standard, PPR. I got it all covered. We got you covered.
Talk to him, man. In case they ain't know, talk to him. And then, but he's really, he's legit. He's legit. Because I use him to beat Dalton. I got Dalton with me right here, man. Shout out Dalton.
What's up, man? Good, my people? What's good?
Yeah, man. He ain't see that one coming. That dub came quick, like a tornado.
I figured it's coming after 4 years of you losing. At some point, at some point you'd win. At some point.
But you know what I'm saying? To the victor goes the spoils. That's what they say. So I'm cool with it. So we got a nice jam-packed show today, man. Where to get started? We got a lot of stuff to get started with, bro. We got so our topics for today, we're gonna do the waiver wire for week 12. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about there. We got some breaking news, stuff that happened along the league right now. Some crazy stuff, you know. My Giants, you know, we finally benched Daniel Jones, long time coming. The Jets are just firing everybody, and it's just we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And
it's hard out here.
It's hard out here, man, to be a New Yorker for football. It's not so pretty. But we got a Bears fan too, so you know we all in the.
It ain't pretty in the Midwest either.
We all, you know, we feeling a little but you know what, man? At least we got fantasy. I think we all got winning records up here, right? I think we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we up there. I'm third, but I lost this week.
In every league except for your kids' league.
And you know, so it happens. You know, fantasy it goes. It's week to week. You know, and that's why you got to adjust your lineups.
No, those kids just took all my picks. They listened to the podcast and they just took all my picks.
Shout out to the that's a great thing. Yeah, it's all right. There's no money on the line with that one, bro.
Yeah,
it don't really matter. But yo, it's all good fun for that one. So yeah, let's keep it going. So all right, there's some one do breaking news.
Yeah, we start off with that.
Let's get into it. Let's get into some breaking news, man. So, all right. So, breaking news there. I know you guys already know about it. The Jets, they fired their GM. What's his name? I'm sorry. I don't have
Joe Douglas.
Joe Douglas. Yeah. And I got into an argument with some people on X about this one. Hopefully they're on. Yeah, because how I feel, personally, I feel that if that same team, let's say the same receivers, Davante Adams, Garrett Wilson, the running back Breece Hall, if they were on the Chiefs would be undefeated right now with Patrick Mahomes.
They still are almost undefeated.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they will be. They'd be completely undefeated right now. Nobody would beat them if he had Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson.
No.
You would not beat them. You would not beat them. The problem is the quarterback for me, but everybody wants to blame it on the GM. They say, oh, the GM's terrible, but he put up a really good squad together.
I mean, he's only missed, on 2 people compared to what he's drafted since he's been in the Jets?
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he missed on Zach. I'm talking about the people he drafted. It was Zach Wilson. What was his name? Becton or something like that?
Yeah. Okay.
I know you might. Yeah. But he hit on who? Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. I mean, I think the owner he's reaching. I think he messed up when he fired Saleh too. So I think that was a premature fire. But I think at this point he's just trying to. And he paid Aaron Rodgers money. I mean, he bought into the Aaron Rodgers. They thought they were getting something different. Now the Achilles It hurt. It didn't help the situation at all. But no, it still didn't. You can't say it didn't. I mean, who knows what would have happened last year if he didn't tear his Achilles 4 plays into the first season.
Yeah, maybe.
So I think.
What do you think?
So as the resident Jets fan here, this was one that I was wrestling with, even leading up to before today's announcement, because it's like, to what you guys both mentioned is he did have some hits, but he did have some misses, and I think like what it comes down to is that the misses in today's NFL and the offense, like you can't miss on quarterback and you can't miss on left tackle. Those are the two most important positions on offense these days.
Facts.
And that was a big whiff. Like you saw Tristan Wirth go after Mekhi Becton. Tristan Wirth is light years better than Mekhi Becton. We got rid of Darnold to draft Wilson. And now you see what Darnold's doing when Darnold finally has some talent around him. And then I think the other piece that we don't know is we don't know what happened behind the scenes. Like we don't know if it was truly Joe Douglas's call to go get Aaron Rodgers or if Woody forced him to go get Aaron Rodgers, because Woody likes to meddle.
Yeah.
And, we don't know if it was his decision to fire Robert Saleh or not. Like that could have been a Woody decision also, but it was also Joey D's decision to bring back Saleh after last year, after 2 7-9 seasons. So there's a lot there. Like I think Joe Douglas is a good GM. Like don't get me wrong. I think he'll get another shot a couple of years down the road. Maybe he'll go be director of player personnel or something like that for a couple of years, or maybe he gets another shot right away. I don't know. That's just super rare. But I think he's good enough to get another shot. But I think there's just those 2 misses really really hurt him, and then seeing what Sam Darnold's doing now. And then the Aaron Rodgers situation, like that's just a mess. Even if he got him, to give the franchise away to Aaron Rodgers, like even if that was Woody's call, he was damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. But like you can't sign Lazard, Randall Cobb, all these other guys, Nat Hackett. Like that's all on his watch.
That was on them too for going in, for caving into him. Yeah, I get that. Man, but I don't know with that roster and stuff, man. I still don't think the record should be what it is right now. That's just me personally. From watching football almost my whole life, bro, to see somebody. I mean, I know he might be 40. He had the Achilles. Okay, all right, but it's like,
I mean, he
wasn't even that bad.
I mean, you got to think about it. Tom Brady took a dip when he went to Tampa Bay. They had a stellar defense that kind of carried him in the playoffs.
There's going to be a decline a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, even if you're going to take the Achilles out of it.
But we can't even put
he
Tom
ain't going to be the
and
same MVP Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no. But But we can't even put them
I'm
in
not
the same
trying
category.
to put them in the same category. I'm just saying what has happened with the same age. Because Tom Brady did it at the same time of the age when he went to the Bucs.
But he was just a better leader, better quarterback.
Oh, better leader for sure. I think that's where it starts, though. When you're a quarterback, whether you want to be or not, you are a leader of the team.
Right. So
whether you want to be or not.
Right. So shouldn't he have put his arrogance? Shouldn't he have just put his arrogance to the side and be like, "Hey, you know what? I can't do the things that I used to." So I got to lean on you guys a little bit.
He doesn't even talk to his family.
I'm not going to blame you guys every time you mess up.
Like watching Hard Knocks, and not this season, but the season before, like everyone was bought into Rodgers. Like they loved them. Like the kids loved them, the wide receivers loved them. Like everybody seemed to love him. So like
until the game starts.
Like so I don't know if his leadership really hurt him as much. It's just this year, again, we talked about it a little bit last week. Like I do think a lot of it's still mental, that he's just trying to get rid of the ball quick. Like he's not the same player that he is. Like full stop.
Yeah.
Like that's a fact. And that's hurt the team, and like they did everything possible to try to help him. They got Devontae Adams. They had Randall Cobb, who, by the way, I think should be at least a wide receivers coach in the future, and maybe possible.
He should be.
Like they brought in all his boys, and but with Brady, when Brady went down to Tampa, they brought in all his boys, except they were better. They brought Gronk and whoever you wanted. So I think. It's AB.
Well, Brady had full pull too. Like they gave him full pull on everything. Like he's the reason Gronk got the rights transferred. Nah, not the way that Brady did.
Oh man, I don't know. Like we signed
Rodgers got pulled, bro.
You think it's the same caliber?
He
that
got
Brady
Lazard
had?
and Cobb, and he had pulled. Got
those
Salah
guys
fired.
had jobs. Like
Matt
Hackett was a train wreck after Denver. Nobody.
He was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. That's crazy. Let's move on. So the Giants, man. We got our quarterback. Yeah, man. It's Tommy DeVito.
Tommy Cutlets.
The third string. The third string got promoted to the starter over the second string because we don't want Drew Lock to win games. It's just that simple. We feel that we can
Superman
lose
back there. You ain't winning games.
He's gonna be playing to try to start somewhere, so he's gonna be trying to win games. We feel in our hearts that Tommy DeVito give us the best losing options. You feel that we got no chance.
You want Cam Ward?
Huh?
They want Cam Ward.
Yo, we are tanking for quarterbacks. That's what it is. Whoever we get is better. So let's talk about this one. Where do you think Daniel Jones might end up? Because some are saying the Panthers.
CFL.
That's a very good one.
Serving Tommy DeVito's mom's cutlets at the local deli.
Yeah,
the Panthers really do that.
That's really what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do?
Rodgers is good for the Panthers.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to Rodgers. But I think if the Jets cut ties with him, like they're the one organization that would want a 41-year-old quarterback. But Tommy DeVito, or Daniel Jones, man, yeah, somebody will give him a shot, but it'll be a backup. Yeah,
but I don't see it.
And he ain't getting a starting shot.
No, he's not going to get a starting shot. He shouldn't. He'll probably be a backup.
If he does, it'd be Carolina. Carolina would be the only place that he could start at.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
He's not better than Bryce Young, though.
No, he's not.
No,
but Carolina's organization, since the owner, he's not a football guy, and he runs that team. A lot of people in that draft wanted them to take C.J. Stroud, all his scouts and stuff. And then he said, no, I want Bryce Young. Now, I'm not saying Bryce Young's a bad quarterback. I like Bryce Young in Alabama. But Carolina has no – I mean, there's a little bit of talent. Like, I like Xavier. I like Jonathan Brooks. But there's nothing else.
You can say Bryce Young's a bad quarterback. It's okay. He's been a bad quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
I know where Daniel Jones is going to go. For a second-round pick, he's going to go to Dallas. All right, so
second round pick.
Hey, how Jonathan Mingo do?
Yo, Jonathan Mingo had 175 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, in his career.
100%. All right, man. So we're about to get into it. We're about to go straight into our waiver wire ads. Hopefully somebody's listening. If you are, chime in, type in, say what's up. Because we're going to try to answer some of your questions right now. All right. So we're going to go straight to the quarterback position. Who do you want to get as a waiver wire ad for bye weeks, injuries? Yeah. Who would you fire up, Mr. Footballs?
So this one blew my mind. Like when I was, looking into this today.
Anthony Richardson.
No, the Jets made him look like, Lamar Jackson, but I was blown away that Jameis Winston's still available in 80% of sleeper leagues. Like
that's nuts.
That's wild, man. So over his last 3 games, he's averaging 320 yards per game and 2 touchdowns. And the best part, he only has 1 game with an interception. Now, granted, in that 1 game, he threw 3 of them. But it's still just 1 game. So it's a crime to me that Jameis Winston is still available in these sleeper leagues, like especially if you're in a 2 QB league, or even if you have one of these other quarterbacks that we thought was going to be great that's not putting up major fantasy numbers. Like Jameis Winston's going to give you yards. He's going to give you touchdowns. sure, he's going to give you picks too, but he's like a 20.
That's only 2 points compared to 6. You know?
Yeah, dude, like, he's going to sling the rock. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was blown away when I saw 18%. I was like, no way. So I would take him in Dynasty if he's still available in Dynasty. Snatch him up in Dynasty. Like,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, snatch him up in Dynasty. That makes total sense.
What do you think about Stafford, though? I have Stafford as one, because I mean he's only rostered from what I saw in my research 28.3% of leagues, and I think it's because of the injuries. Yeah, I think it's because of the injuries that happened to Cooper Kupp and Puka. Because I mean they just didn't have the explosiveness on the offense. But I mean now, they got everybody back healthy. Against the Eagles, I think he's a stream like a fringe QB1. Like if you have to stream somebody. I think he can pull it off.
Eagles have a pretty stout pass defense. But if Stafford's available in your leagues, like snatch him up too. Since like Puka and them came back, 6 touchdowns, averaging about like 290 yards a game, 290 yards a game. Like if he's available, shoot. Yeah, snatch him up. I would like probably Winston more long term. But Stafford's there. Snatch him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, what are your thoughts on Anthony Richardson? You think he's worth picking up after everything that's happened? Because I'm
off that train.
I mean, because he was drafted pretty high in some leagues that even I was in. Like he was drafted pretty quick, and I get it. The hype was there with the rushing and everything, but
so to me, like Anthony Richardson, he was probably like the most common question I got on Sundays on like, hey, should I start Anthony Richardson or this other quarterback? One of them was Drake May. That's just the first one that pops in my mind. But I don't like. Yes, the Jets made him look like. I said Lamar Jackson before, but that's kind of a lazy comparison. I think he's more like first year Josh Allen than Lamar Jackson. But you just can't trust him, dude. Like, I recommended everybody that asks to sit him. Of course, he has the game of his life, but the dude coming into the Jets game was 42% on the year completion percentage. Like, he's the ultimate boom or bust QB, and like that's not what you want from QB. But
he is young though, very young.
Yeah.
Like if you have him in a dynasty, I'd say keep him. Don't bail on him yet. But like redrafts, like
dynasty.
Yeah.
Or 2 QB league if he's your second QB, take a dart. But if you're in a 1 QB league, man, I'm with you, man. I'm off the Richardson train.
But in a couple of leagues too, Bo Nix is available too, which is I don't know.
That's insane to me. Like everybody should have him by now.
Yeah, but I would definitely take him if he's available. I would take him and play him over Anthony Richardson.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
I just think the Jets are a dumpster fire, so that's how that happened.
Hey, easy now.
I'm sorry.
You don't want us to start talking about the Giants, man.
My Giants suck. You already know. We a dumpster fire too. We're all up in there. MetLife is just everybody comes beat us in MetLife. It's just what it is, bro. Yeah. It sucks. It's terrible.
Shout out to the X fam. I put a poll out on Sunday. Hey, who should I start? Bo Nix or Sam Darnold. It was 66% to Bo Nix. So I ran with Bo Nix, and he dropped like 16 more points than Sam Darnold. So
I voted on that for Bo Nix. Hey, because I started him too.
Yeah.
One meal
nervous. Like first Sam Darnold was tearing it up. I was like, damn.
He was.
All right. Let me get you guys' opinion about Drake May. What do you guys think about Drake May? I think he's a talented dude, bro.
I like him. He just don't got talent around him. He just doesn't have talent around him. I think he's a good dual threat. He's shown it. He can run a little bit, and he can spin the ball with his arm. He can throw it. I just don't. Me personally, I don't believe in Polk. I don't believe in Bourne. Hunter Henry is probably, and Austin Hooper are probably his best targets, in my opinion, with catching passes from a rookie, because he's going to have mistakes, throw it a little high outside, high inside. I just don't believe him.
Rookie too?
Yeah, but I don't believe in Polk like that. I don't think he's going to be their wideout one. But Patriots have never been good at drafting wideouts. They always get him in free agency. The only one they drafted that was great was Julian Edelman. That's it. And if you consider a tight end a wideout, Gronk. But Yeah. Randy Moss, free agency. Yeah. Even when they had Chad Ochocinco, I mean, he didn't do that much in the postseason.
Deion Branch too. He was
Wes Welker, free agency.
Yeah, free agency too. Branch was too.
They just never drafted good wideouts. No. But Drake May, solid. I think they got a franchise quarterback in him.
Okay.
I mean, I agree. I think that I think you're spot on. I think everything that you said makes it more impressive on, what Drake May's been able to do. Because they don't have a lot of top wide receivers. Like Polk, to me, there was 3 wideouts that were drafted from University of Washington. Odunze, the other dude's name's escaping me, and then Polk, and I think Polk was the worst of the 3. I agree. So that's why I think everything that Drake May's been able to do because of the lack of talent around him is really more impressive. And I thought coming into it, he had the highest potential for bust. He kind of reminded me a little bit of Daniel Jones.
Everybody thought so too.
Yeah. Duke guy for Daniel Jones, UNC for Drake May.
Not football schools.
No, not. And Trubisky was the other guy out of UNC.
Yeah.
6'4", 225. I mean, the dude's slinging it, man. I think he's got a future. He can, yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's keep it going. What about running backs? Where we at for running backs?
Man, so I know I'm probably gonna catch some heat from some people, and Dalton, maybe you're one of them. With my man.
I started. I ain't gonna give you that much heat because I still won that league, so it's all good.
Hey, I still believe in him, man. I think Sean Payton's pissing me off because he keeps saying, "Hey, this guy's the man," and then he doesn't give him the ball. So I still believe in him long term. But so I went. Even though it hasn't served me well so far, I went super deep again. And again, this isn't somebody that you would play next week, but this is somebody that you hang on to. You stash him, maybe see what's what. But Dylan Labe from Vegas. So in Las Vegas, their backfield's a mess. Madison sucks. White sucks. Abdullah's a 9-year vet, so he's not the answer.
They're both injured too. Madison and White.
And they both got hurt. So it's I know a lot of people are probably scrambling to pick up Abdullah, but I think Dylan Labe is the pickup. Look, he's their 6th-round rookie. So at this point, you might as well see what you have in him. They're going nowhere fast. And yes, he fumbled on his only carry in the NFL thus far, way back a few weeks. But if I'm head coach of the Raiders, and hell, at this point, I might have a shot to be. We all might. I'd see what we have in the kid who led the FCS in all-purpose yards per game last year with over 200 per game. So he's a super deep dart throw. He's only picked up in 3% of sleeper leagues. I was surprised that it was even 3%. But Dylan Labe would be who I want. Or if you want somebody a little bit more established, go ahead and go after Jalen Wright. I know he's a rookie, so that's not what I mean by more established. I mean that he surpassed Raheem Mostert on Miami's depth chart for RB2. So those are the 2 that I would go with, Dylan Labe and Jalen Wright.
What do you think about Cam Akers over there in Minnesota with Jones dealing with that rib injury? And the past 2 games, he's gotten 12-plus touches. He hasn't done anything with it yet, but...
Yep. No, I like Akers. We had I talked about him a little bit last week. And for those reasons, is that Aaron Jones is always banged up. It's a good offensive line there in Minnesota. If you need immediate production, grab Cam Akers. If you're cool with waiting a little bit, kind of see how the backfield shakes out, I'd go Labe or Jalen Wright, or hell, Akers might have long-term production too. But Akers is definitely the better bet for more immediate production, and he's. Okay, if you have $5 left to spend on free agency budget, take Akers. Akers is the safer pick.
Yeah.
All 3 of those. I guess that's the easiest way to say it.
So do you think Labe is more like a stash for the playoffs?
Yeah, I think he's a stash. Same with Jalen Wright, because look, A-Chain, he's still my size. So he's one hit away from missing the rest of the season. And so I think both of those guys are stashes. If you need somebody right away, Akers would be the pick over all three of those.
All right, so definitely. So Cam Akers, you would go. Who else?
So Dylan Labe.
Okay.
And Jalen Wright.
Okay.
Man, those are good ones. Yeah, there were some people even coming into the year, a lot of people had Labe, as a sleeper pick. Then he just never saw the field, which is
Yeah, that's the Raiders for you this year. I mean,
all right, so let's talk about wide receivers. Now, this one might be a little juicier. Pause. So there's some good pickups for wide receivers, man. How do you feel? What do you think about Jerry Jeudy?
Man, so I wanted to start with Jeudy, but from what I saw, he was on 60% of leagues, which I was surprised because I thought a lot of people would have cut bait. But if he's there, get him.
I cut bait. I did, and I regret it.
It was the right call at the time. Hey, it's just one game,
Yeah.
The other the dude that I had that I was going to talk about was teammates. With Jerry Jeudy. I mentioned him last week too, and it's another bad. No, it's another bad decision that Joe Douglas made in letting this guy go. But Elijah Moore.
Oh, Elijah Moore.
29 targets over the last 3 weeks.
Ooh, I like it.
Let that sink in. And he found pay dirt last week on 6 catches for 66 yards. So thank God he got that extra 6 in there to kind of offset that bad juju. But if Judy's available, grab Jeudy. If Judy's not available, grab Elijah Moore for all the same reasons that we talked about Jameis Winston for before. Dude's gonna sling it.
He is. And don't they got an easy schedule coming up too?
Oh yeah, they got a mad easy schedule.
Check that out.
They're gonna face. They still have Cincy on their schedule.
Yes, they do.
They got. Actually, I guess it's a little bit tougher than I thought. They got Denver, Pittsburgh, KC, Cincy, Miami, Baltimore. Oh, it's a little bit tougher than I thought.
Well, not in the secondary passing wise, though. I mean,
yeah. All right. Well, the thing is,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, my fault. The good news is if you get Elijah Moore, Surtain's not going to be on Elijah Moore. All the top corners are not going to be on Elijah Moore, so he's going to, run free.
Facts.
Yeah, they got a tough one. No, you're good. All right. So what about?
I got one more not sexy wide receiver, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on him.
Christian Watson.
That man's made of glass.
But
I know he
is.
But
the thing with
he is,
and he's like that fantasy player that gets passed around every year, because he has good games and he has bad games and good games and bad games, and nobody really knows what to think of him. But I tried to go now that trade deadlines are up, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's why I was going a little deeper in the bag with some of the running back picks, and this next wide receiver pick I think is deeper in the bag too. But when I say it, people are like, "Shit, I didn't even think about that guy, but I should have." And that's Adam Thielen.
Damn, I didn't think about that guy.
I had his teammate on my list. I didn't even think about Thielen.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that. Yeah, you got us. No. You ain't lie.
I'm telling you, he's Bryce Young's go-to guy. And hey, take that for what it's worth. But let's not forget, last season he had over 100 catches and 1,000 yards. And with the emergence of Coker, and Xavier Legend, that's gonna defenses now have to pay attention to those guys, and that's just gonna leave the middle of the field wide open for Adam Thielen. So I think he can be, down the stretch. He's healthy now. It took 11 weeks to heal his hamstring.
Right.
He's getting up there in age.
Yeah, he's 34. He could probably still give you. He's not going to blow the doors. He's not going to give you 10 catches for 100 yards, but he can probably give you 6 for 60 and a touchdown.
A great red zone target. Great red zone target. That's where his game always flourished in Minnesota too.
Yep, he's a flex play. Like,
I like that one. I didn't even think about
that. I like that one. I didn't think of that one either. Shout out, man! If you guys are watching, you're getting some straight fire right now, man. You're spoiled. That's what it is. We treating you too good, and nobody's appreciative. All
right. The guru's got to dig deep in the bag, man.
Yo, we got you, man. See, we got you, man. And even if we're not getting the feedback that I anticipated, man, we're gonna keep this up, man. You know, you never stop just because you hit a bump in the road. You know, you always keep it going. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm very persistent that way. Just ask my lady. All right, so moving on. Let's go straight up to tight ends. These guys are horrible. I'm sorry, people. I don't know who to tell you to get. I mean, just roll the dice. I mean, I'll leave it to a guy who has won more championships than I have. I've probably only won maybe like 5 or 6. And, you know, I beat Dalton. So that's...
Not in a championship.
No, not in the championship, but I beat you.
I've never lost.
That was his championship.
That was his Super Bowl.
This is why I bring it up, because you know he never lets me live. He never lets me get my time to shine. It's my time to shine, Don.
I mean, I go grab the trophy real quick.
Forget that trophy. I don't even like it. It's probably got dust on it.
It does.
Ugly.
Man,
ugly trophy.
I got dusted. I intended to it in a while.
Man,
no,
that's cold.
So I don't know what to do with tight ends, man. If you don't got Cade Otton and Brock Bowers, bro, you just screwed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, hey, if you don't got Cade Otton, then you ain't been following us because you know we got Cade Otton for a hot minute. So that's their own damn fault.
That really is, man. Tell them, let them know.
Yeah.
I like Will Dissly.
No, I like this Dave. I like Dave in the I'm Just Saying shirt. This is dope. This is a different Dave, right? This is the man who's about to take social media world by storm right now. This guy is determined to help people win and help out the podcast at the same time. Mad love to you, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. I feel empowered. You know, I got my 2 men here yelling at the mic. So
that's what I'm saying.
I gotta be me and Dalton yelling at the mic. I see it.
I'm right. You're wrong. That's us all the time.
Hey, for sure, man. We're dropping knowledge, man. Steady knowledge, and whether it's on here or on X, you know, you gotta get your follows. Gotta get your follows in, man. Follow us like every Sunday, you know, we're right up until kickoff, you know, giving advice every Thursday.
Really, yeah.
I got you on Saturday.
I hope so. Yeah, we need to, man. I'm on X like all the time, man. I'm shooting the ish with everybody. I'm talking stuff to everybody, dog. Like just hit us up. That's it.
I've made some people mad with some college takes on X. I love it. I go back and forth with some people.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's what we do.
I've made some people mad with some fantasy picks, but I've also made them very happy. So
exactly,
you gotta take the good with the bad.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, tight ends. Going back to tight ends, it's tough. It's there. I don't know. Sam Laporta is even the person I don't know. I drafted him high.
I like Will Dissly a lot. He's still available in a lot of leagues. And the Chargers offense is really starting to cook.
Taysom
Hill. I think that hardball scheme, I think, is really starting to hit stride. And everybody, like the whole game's starting to click. Rushing game was the first part of the year. Now the passing game's starting to catch up with the pass protection. Quentin Johnson's starting to catch passes, starting to kind of emerge. Ladd McConkey is what we thought he was going to be. And Will Dissly, he's just been sneaky, man. I mean, the past 4 weeks, he's been coming onto the scene again and just consistent. Over, for fantasy-wise, over 11 points easy the past, 4 weeks.
Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off. I was trying to hold it in. But that Monday night game is going to be insane. Ravens, Chargers.
Oh, yeah. I like
Paul
it.
Bros going at it. I mean, if they run the ball with Derrick Henry, they should win. But never mind. Go ahead, I'm done with that one. That's why I lost.
It's 2 brothers coaching against each other. You don't know what's going to happen in that game. That's two brothers that know each other to a T.
Just run the damn ball. Man. The older brother knows how to run the ball. That's J.K. Dobbins in him, bro.
Like, if Derrick Henry is averaging 5 yards a carry, and he like, what's weird with like the Ravens, and I know this wasn't the question, but like when you look at when they lost, like it's the same reason they lost to the Chiefs, like in the playoffs, like did just get away from the run. It's like, yo, you're a running team.
Always have been.
And it's weird because they got rid of Greg Roman, who's now the offensive coordinator in Los Angeles with Jim Harbaugh, because they wanted Lamar to flourish and be this pocket passer, which to his credit, he's made some throws this year that I did not think Lamar had in him. Like anticipating routes and like all that stuff. So Lamar's doing his thing, but
Derrick Henry might have opened up the field though. But go ahead.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you're a running team.
You got to worry about them.
They always have been. Yeah, I mean, even back in the days when they won when they had the best defense, they had Shannon Sharp at tight end, but their running game was still top tier back then. It's always been the Ravens. When you thought about them, defense, run, almost kind of like Pittsburgh.
Yep. And what made no sense is, and that's why you got Derrick Henry, right? Like you didn't get Derrick Henry to be a decoy and shit. They're not even using him as a decoy on that 2-point conversion. To not have Derrick Henry on the field to at least have a threat over the run, that was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
Justice Hill's getting too much love. He's getting too much love.
It's gotta stop, though.
He's a good player in the receiving game for running back, but he getting a little bit too much love from Baltimore and their front office. I feel like.
Yeah.
The OC, but that OC got to chill.
Every game that Derrick Henry's only gotten 14 or 13 carries, they've lost. Every game. Yeah. Every game this year.
We brought that up on the show.
It's crazy.
And it was the same in Tennessee. They were 30-8, I think, like when Derrick got over 20 carries.
It's insane. He's that running back that he gets into a groove at about 18 carries. And then you get him 24 in between 18 and 24 carries. He's busting one for 75 yards. He is. Yep. It always happens. It's happened since he's been in Alabama and his high school days. Yeah. He's that type of back.
Derrick Henry
Todd Monken just don't get it. Todd Monken just don't get it.
The whole team eats. You can't say, "Oh, we don't want to just run the ball," and the receivers are unhappy. They're going to get yards.
I mean, look at the play actions. Look how open Bateman and Flowers have been when Derrick Henry. I mean, if you think about the games that Derrick Henry had the 24 carries, go look at Zay Flowers and Bateman's games those days. They had over 15 to 18 points. They ate too. Like it opens everything up.
Let me ask you this question real quick, guys, and then we'll move on. Tight ends. All right, we're sorry, guys. All right, so you asked us a question, maybe we can answer it because like who to pick up? It's roll the dice. Anyway. Tight ends suck.
Facts.
Besides Lamar Jackson, we take Lamar Jackson right out of the offense. Derrick Henry is the best offensive player on that team.
Yeah, 100%.
Hands down.
Period.
Hands down.
You got 2 Heisman winners. I mean, nobody else beats
it so hard.
They got 3
for them to figure this out.
Number 2 wide receivers at best. Like.
Yeah.
Zay's not a number 1. Bateman's not number 1.
Zay would be a great number 2. Zay would be a great number 2. Like he'd be putting up the consistent points of 20, 22 if they had a definite wideout one.
Yep.
Hey, wilding out here, bro.
I think they just somebody's Devontae Smith, but he don't have the AJ Brown to be Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I think they just trying to prove that Lamar's a thrower because all the hate that he got that he's only a running back, which. Yeah, his arm was inconsistent, but he can still throw the rock. Now this year, he going stupid with it.
When Derrick Henry was going stupid, let's just keep it a buck. When Derrick Henry goes stupid, 100%. He goes stupid. And I mean, keep doing it. Like,
yeah, I agree, and I think that's why they lost that KC game because they were trying to prove. I don't even know if it was they or if it was Lamar that was trying to prove like, hey. I can sit in the pocket and I can really sling this thing. And I think like because last year, like, I know he won the MVP, but it really wasn't that impressive of a season from a number standpoint. But what he's doing this year, like
everybody else kind of played bad too, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there wasn't much competition.
Josh Allen was they were on a decline.
Yeah, that Josh Allen had like 3 games where he didn't even throw a touchdown pass and had like 2 picks. But watching Lamar this year, like he has nothing to prove to anybody anymore. Like the throw again, like the throws that he's making, he's anticipating guys being open before they're actually open, and that's not something that I've seen from Lamar.
Man, he's throwing them open.
Normally in the past he'd throw it 60 yards, but the dude'd be wide open, and he would wait too long to find people open, and he was always just throwing to the open guy instead of necessarily to the right guy. Now he's throwing people open. He's anticipating what the defense is going to do. Like,
right.
If he's worried about being perceived as not a pocket quarterback, he's put all that to bed now. I think. And
see, I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's him that thinks that. I almost think it's. I don't want to say hardball, but I almost think Todd Monken.
It could be Harbaugh. Remember, Harbaugh came and said Lamar will be the best quarterback ever. But so maybe Harbaugh's trying to prove his own point. You might be right.
Bruh.
I don't know if it's Lamar trying to prove it. I think it's one of the coaches. It could be Hardball. It could be Monken. But like Duvall said, I mean, Lamar is 8 when Derrick Henry 8. I mean, he went. I remember one game. Derrick Henry had like 25 rushes and over 150 yards, and Lamar went 16 for like 19 and had over 200 yards and like 2 touchdowns. It's like, I mean, it opens everything up. I mean, you can do both.
You can.
Ryan Tannehill 8 when Henry 8.
Yeah, he made Tannehill look great, and now Tannehill's sitting without a team. Yeah.
Come on, man. We know this. It's not rocket science, man. I don't get it. So hopefully we helped you out a little bit. So we're gonna move on to the last segment, and it's called "Get Off My Team, You Are Fired." So we are about to start firing people.
Yo.
So
I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. So if you got somebody you want to fire off your team, go ahead, man.
No. So I think this might be the most motivational segment in media today, because last week I had Xavier Worthy on the "You're Fired" list, and he came out balling.
Yeah, he did.
He came out looking like the first round pick. So we're firing people up if we're not firing them literally. So I got 2 for you. Tyler Lockett. JSN season is here. He's been on a tear over these last few weeks, basically, rendering Tyler Lockett useless. Like JSN might be, he might be pushing Metcalf to the fire list.
He's looking good though.
I've heard those reports, man.
He's looking good.
He's tearing it up. And then just to co-sign on
first one,
yeah.
Who he firing?
Tyler Lockett.
Yeah. Hit the road, Jack. Fired. He's out of here. So who the next one?
Yo, and just to co-sign on my Jalen Wright pick, Raheem Mostert.
Yeah. Hit the road, Jack. He's done. He's done. Don't you ever come back no more. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. For me too, I said it last week. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna tell you again. Michael Pittman, get the hell off my team. A disgrace. He couldn't even go up against the Jets, and man, it was just bad. It's just bad. If you had Alec Pierce, what's his name? Yeah, Alec Pierce. Yeah, man. He's looking great. Josh Downs is looking great over there, man. It's get off the team. Man, I picked him so high. I had high beliefs in this guy. I mean, high hopes.
Dude, Pittman was a monster, man. And
he was coming out of USC.
Oh, come on. I thought him and Anthony Richardson, they had a year. They got the chemistry probably in the offseason. They'll probably come into this season like, boom, chemistry. Boom, chemistry. Boom, chemistry.
It ain't that.
No.
1 game over 60 yards on the year for Michael Pittman. That's wild. I know a lot of people took him high.
Scrub.
That's rough.
That's one of the ones that you gotta cut bait, and that one stings.
Yeah,
man, that's terrible. That's terrible, bro.
I was a Pittman fan coming out of USC. I thought the Colts drafting him, I thought it was a good fit. Just ain't panned out. He might be one of those wideouts. Getting a change of scenery might help him out.
Yeah, bro. Maybe. So maybe next year if he goes somewhere else, definitely probably worth a pickup. But right now he's fired. He's done. He's fired.
He can reapply in the future. But...
Yeah, I can't. I tried to trade him. I couldn't even trade him. Nobody even wanted him, bro. Like, it's get out of here.
Smart.
Right. I don't even know what you could trade him for. Like,
I tried.
I'll tell you what. I wouldn't even trade him. Like, if I had Zach Charbonnet, like I wouldn't even trade him for Zach Charbonnet. Like, I would tell you because like Charbonnet's got value as a handcuff, you know. So like, I don't know what you would get for my
5 fab. That's what I trade him for. That's about it.
That's actually generous.
Yeah,
5 fab actually work out. That's all you gotta get. That's actually nice. Yeah, somebody would have offered me that one, I would have took it. I'd have been like, yeah, let's go. Shoot, bro. But yeah, man, he's got to get off my team. He's done. And another person for me too is. All right, he went nuts these 2 games, bro, but he's come crashing back down to reality. My man, DeMarcus Robinson, dog, get off my team.
Yeah!
Done. I'm done. I'm done with the whole roller coaster ride. This is not Six Flags. This is my fantasy team. I want to win. Damn it. And he is not helping me out at all. The whole whoop, 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 whoop. And then I put him on my bench. He goes off. I take him off. I put him in there. He a dud. Bro, get off my team. I'm tired of even trying to figure the whole thing out. I'm done. I'm venting right now. I took that L, and I got whooped on by Puka Nacua. Not Joe Mixon, thank God. But I got whooped on. But you know what? I'm going to share this with you guys, you know, because this is really grinding my gears right now, bro. Like, it's bad. And you know, I'm not gonna be embarrassed by it. I'm gonna share it with you guys. All right, so I lost by a guy. His name is Puka and Riley. I had 122. He had 145. It's not that terrible, but like I said, I don't like losing. I hold it dear to my heart, man. So
was this last week or 2 weeks ago?
Last week. Well, yeah, the week that just passed. Yeah.
Was it because you started DeMarcus Robinson, or?
It's because I started DeMarcus Robinson, bro.
Oh, that's man. Like, we talked about this on the show.
We did.
I know.
I both said.
Yeah, don't start him.
So look at this. DeMarcus Robinson got me 3.
You, man.
I know. Got me 390. Tyler Lockett got me 390. Cal Pitts got me 190. Pearsall, goose eggs.
What I'm seeing is bad drafting. That's what I'm seeing.
Rashad Bateman, 5 points. The Texans defense got 19. Thank God I had them. So on my bench was Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, bye week.
Tyler Algier. I didn't play him. Okay. I had Khalif Raymond, got me 5 points. Mac Hollins only got 4. Ray McLeod, I had on my bench. He got me 10 points. And Michael Pittman got 9. So actually, Michael Pittman outperformed.
You should have started Michael Pittman. Are you still gonna fire him?
He's still fired. Nah, he's still fired. I'm done.
He's firing you. He's firing you.
Yo, he really did. So I lost to Jawan Jennings, who got 25. I had Will Dissly in a different league. I lost to Dissly in this league. Puka Nacua got me 25. I got him 25. Lamar Jackson, he didn't even do that great. I had Josh Allen. Juwan, what's his name? Jameson Williams. He got 22.
JMO. Yeah, he did.
Yep, that's how I love
PED drug test again.
Yeah,
bro. That's just annoying, bro.
Yo, I was high on Mac last week. I think I gave some better. I was wrong on Mac Hollins last week. I know that was one that I was wrong on. Calvin Ridley was another one I was wrong on.
It was tough.
So yeah, it's tough. You never know.
You never know. Like Ricky
you don't
Pearsall,
know until they play the game.
I thought he was going to go nuts.
I thought
that hurt.
I did start Jawan Jennings in one league. I did start Jordan Jennings in one league, but I had no choice.
This man had 10 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. Come on, man.
You know what really hurt? I would have won one league if the 77-yard touchdown and Nico Collins to start the game didn't get called back.
You know what? I'm firing somebody else. You want Kyle Pitts?
Yeah.
I hate you. This guy is another roller coaster ride, bro. 190. You only got one reception for 9 yards, bro.
Yeah, that's bad.
1.9. Like, are you serious, bro?
Yo, Kyle Pitts is about to be the reason why no other tight end gets drafted in the top 10 because he was
100%.
The most can't miss guy coming out of Florida.
He was supposed to be the shit.
Yeah, like because everyone was already burned from who was the dude that got drafted before Evan Ingram. Who's now doing pretty well. And then like Kyle Pitts was, you can't miss. Well, I guess Brock Bowers kind of is making up for that.
Yeah.
But
was Trey McBride early too?
No, him and Laporta, they weren't early. Round. I think one of them might have been like late first rounder, but none of them like Pitts or Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
bro. And Cousins was supposed to be the savior for Pitts. Like
that's what I thought.
Everybody thought that. Man.
Yo, in his last 3 weeks, he's 2 points, 9 points, 1 point.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm firing? Cole Kmet.
Oh, yeah.
Cole Kmet's gone. I bought into him this year, and it worked out in the first, 3-4 weeks.
Get up out of here, Cole.
Ever since then, it just ain't panned out. And I'm glad I got Cade Otton in one league to replace him, and I got Disley in the other one to replace him. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of the Bears, like, let me ask you guys this: like, what do you think if you're a dynasty and you got Caleb? What would you trade him for if you're looking, or what would you accept back in a trade for Caleb? I guess, or are you just saying, hey, I'm just gonna hold him if it's dynasty?
Right now, I think you almost kind of have to hold because you're not gonna get back what you spent for him. Because automatically, if you got him, you
had a first
easily either took him number 1 pick or number 2. It depends who had the 1 or 2. I could have seen, I saw in some of my leagues, Jaden Daniels went 1 or Marvin Harrison, but Caleb was always in the top. I guess the top 3. So I mean, you spent a lot.
The format or what type of league you're in. So if it's like a 2 quarterback,
kinda,
league, or
a super flex or a 1 QB. I mean, if it's a 1 QB,
I probably wouldn't even pick them early. Being honest,
if it's a 1 QB, I'd still keep him. If it's like a 2 QB, I mean, it really depends what your other QBs are, almost. But I mean, if you have another stellar QB, if you have a good 2-3 solid QBs, I'd almost stash them. And then you can get more trade value out of them later if he really starts popping off, or one of your other quarterbacks starts declining, but it still has a name you could get him rid of. I'd almost keep him at this point because next year he's going to have a new regime. So, which can still be bad, though. That still could be really bad. It could go completely south.
Unless it's a 1 QB league. For me, if it's a 1 QB league, I would trade. I know that's crazy, but I would.
Let's just say hypothetically, it's a super flex league. Look, I'm selfishly trying to buy low on them right now, so I'm trying to see what you guys might accept
buy low
trades, so I can go back. Yeah.
I mean, you just kind of got to feel out what they. Because I mean, I can see some people getting rid of them for not like a arm and a leg price to where they're asking for a first rounder and a superstar.
Right.
But
I tried Trey Lance in a first. That's what I was trying. It's a Cowboys fan that I was trying with.
I think you might have to give up more than Trey.
Yeah,
you might have to give up more than Trey. But a first rounder, I think, is gonna have to be in the deal regardless.
Yeah.
Just because of what that person spent on him. Now, depends on their situation.
Jones, you might be able to.
Depends what the situation is. Now, if he has quarterbacks, does he have quarterbacks stacked on? What's his other quarterbacks that you're trying to get him?
Let me see. I can pull it up for you real quick. I got another trade scenario that I'll run by. I mean, you guys might have to jump. I don't know, but I got another one that I thought was interesting. Let me see who this guy's got. That's got Caleb. He's got. Let me pull up his team real quick. Because I was like, man, maybe he's frustrated with Caleb. Maybe he can recoup because you got, Shedeur coming out. You got Cam Ward coming out.
There's some hitters coming out.
Yeah, so I like Caleb. Where's this team? All right, so he's got Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers. So Caleb's probably is 2 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so the first rounder would definitely have to be in there then. Yeah. So I was gonna say if he had like Josh Allen,
Russell Wilson, say like Russell Wilson too.
Oh, and see, I mean, you might get away with the. Now, if you did like a second rounder, you'd still have to do a superstar. But a first rounder, I don't feel like you have to do a superstar player. Not the way that the Bears season has been going, and with the factor that everybody knows coming into next year, it's going to be a new head coach and probably a new offense coordinator. So it's going to be a whole new system. So nobody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it can't be worse. So.
Yeah. I mean, you can't get much worse, but the Bears found a way this year. So, I mean, no, I saw one thing. They said that the Bears Matt Nagy's projected to be a head coach candidate again, and they're like, watch the Bears rehire him. I was like, oh man, dude, I'm out.
I think the Bears are going to go either they're going to make a hard push at Ben Johnson, or I think they're going to try to make up for their mistake and not hiring Cliff Kingsbury as the OC and
hire him. I'd like to him to be the head coach. I think Ben Johnson won't come to the Bears. He's an in-division team. He's seen the chaos in Chicago. I think he's just smart enough. I would love for Ben Johnson to come over, but I just think he's smart enough to realize I don't want to deal with that because as a Bears coach and GM, you don't have the pull. It's a McCaskey family.
Yeah.
They just don't evolve with the game. It is what it is. I mean, time will take its course.
It is what it is. That's the wrong podcast, man.
Yeah, man.
That's just what you got with the Bears now, dude. It is what it is.
He's just saying. I'm
just saying it is what it is.
Yeah, man. So hopefully we answered some of your guys' questions, man. Hopefully it was helpful. Whenever you listen, or if you're listening and not talking, it's cool. But yeah, man. Hopefully we answered some of your questions. Hopefully took a lot out of this. Yo, I greatly appreciate you guys for listening. If you are, first I would like to thank Davey Footballs for joining, man, and representing and doing this every Tuesday, taking the time out of his busy schedule to try to help you guys out, man. We really appreciate it. Dalton, hats off to you too. Great co-host sometimes. And man, it's great. And we're gonna keep it pushing, man. We're gonna keep this train going, bro. And yo, sky's the limit.
He's just pointing up.
You're number one.
Yeah, that's all we do.
We're number one. We're number one. Hey, man, yo, but greatly appreciate it, man. To the next episode, yo, peace out.
Take it easy.
Catch y'all.
Yeah, man, I don't think nobody came on here, bro.
That's all right. Did you have it linked to like YouTube?